In today's video, we are going to discuss graphing quadratic functions and analyzing the effects. This is part of your Math 9 Week 4 module. So the graph of quadratic function is called the parabola. The parabola can open upwards or downwards. In real life, these are examples of parabolas. So the behavior of parabola, like what I've said, it can open upwards or downwards. The parabola opens upward when the given a is positive or when a is greater than 0. The parabola opens downward when a is negative or a is less than 0. So the behavior of parabola when y is equals to ax squared. As you've noticed, we have three parabolas above the x-axis. These are the parabolas that opens upward. Means to say, their a's are positive. The yellow parabola has an a equals to 2. The royal blue parabola has an a which is equals to 1. And the navy blue parabola has an a equals to 1/2. So as you've noticed, as a increases, the parabola gets narrower or it gets closer to the y-axis. As a decreases, the parabola opens wider or opens farther from the y-axis. Remember, it is the absolute value of a. So, you disregard kapag negative si a. So, kapag naka-open siya downward, ka-mirror pa rin siya. Ito yung negative 2x squared. Okay, sorry. And then, negative 1/2 x squared, mas malayo pa rin. So, hindi, pag sinabi mong absolute value, hindi mo kino-consider yung sign na negative. Kapag ang parabola naman is, ang quadratic function is y is equals to ax squared plus k. So, yung plus k niya, pag plus k, above how units from the 0. So the graph of y is equals to ax squared plus k is the same as the graph of y is equal to ax squared, except its vertex is k units above the origin. So kung mapapansin mo, this is supposed to be plus 5. Okay? Yung vertex niya, tumaas ng 5 units. Dun sa violet naman, f of x is equals to x squared minus 5. Okay. Bumaba naman siya yung vertex niya ng 5 units. Okay? So, the graph of y is equals to ax squared minus k is the same as the graph of y is equals to ax squared, except its vertex is k units below the origin. So, if the function is y is equals to a times quantity x minus h squared, so plus 5 din to. Minus 5. So, the 5, the positive 5 or positive h is the number of units going to the left. Okay, again, the graph of y is equals to a times quantity x plus h squared is the same as the graph of y is equals to ax squared, except its vertex is shifted h units to the left. So, as you can see, this purple parabola shifted, sorry, tama to, plus 2 pala to, plus 2, minus 2, okay? Shifted 2 units to the left, okay? While yung orange na parabola, it's minus 2, so it shifted 2 units to the right. So what are the parts of the parabola? Okay, so first, we have the center, which is the vertex. So the vertex is the turning point of the parabola. Ito po yung vertex. So yung vertex, siya yung kung saan lumiko si parabola. So kapag ang parabola ay nag-open upwards, si vertex ay nasa pinaka-lowest point ng graph. Kapag si parabola naman ay naka-open downwards, si vertex ay nasa pinakamataas na point ng graph. So ang vertex, ang coordinates niya ay yung h, k. Axis of symmetry. So si axis of symmetry, siya yung nagdi-divide sa parabola sa gitna. So kung ano yung nasa kaliwa, parehas nung nasa kanan. Dumadaan to lagi sa vertex. Okay? Tulad nito, axis of symmetry, dumaan siya sa vertex. So the axis of symmetry is equals to h. The y-intercept is the point wherein the parabola crosses the y-axis. Or, this is when the parabola touches the y-axis. Kung kailan dumikit si parabola sa y-axis. You can get this when you make x equals to 0, or if the given quadratic function is in standard form, the value of c is the y-intercept. Now, the x-intercept naman, it is when the point at which the parabola crosses the x-axis. So, yun yung kung kailan dumikit si parabola sa x-axis. Usually, you can solve this by solving the quadratic function by quadratic formula, completing the square, extracting the square root, or by factoring. So what you do here is you make your y equals to 0. So like sa x-intercept, if the b squared minus 4az, or the determinant, is greater than 0, or if it's positive, it means it has two distinct x-intercept. If b squared minus 4ac is equals to 0, it has only one distinct x-intercept. If b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, or if it's negative, there is no x-intercept. Ibig sabihin, hindi tatama si parabola sa x-axis. So what are the range and the domain? So range, sila yung mga y values. Pwede silang maulit. Pwedeng maulit yung numbers na yon. Si domain, sila yung mga x values. Si domain ay hindi pwedeng maulit. In quadratic function, the domain can be all set of real numbers. While sa range, if a is greater than 0 or a is positive, then the range is y is less than, y is greater than k. If a is less than 0 or negative, then the range is y is less than k. So let us answer one example. The given quadratic function y is equals to negative 4 times quantity x minus 2 squared minus 1 is a quadratic function in vertex form. So, siya po yung vertex form. So, to remind you, the vertex form is y is equals to a times quantity x minus h squared minus 1. Okay? So, our domain are all set of real numbers. Okay. Now, what is the range? Our a here is negative 4. Therefore, our range is y such that y is less than or equal to k. What is our k? The given k here is negative 1. Diba? Base dun sa vertex form, yung number na nasa dulo, okay, itong nasa dulo, is the k of the quadratic function. So, we just put y such that y is less than or equal to negative 1. Opening of the parabola. So, the opening of the parabola, since our a is negative 4, a negative number, therefore, the parabola opens downward. The vertex. So, we solve for the vertex. The vertex can be found in h, k. So, it's very easy to identify the h and the k if the quadratic function is in vertex form. So, dito sa vertex form, balik tayo sa form ng vertex, si h siya yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. Okay? But tatandaan, papalitan nyo yung sign. Si k, hindi natin pinalitan yung sign kasi dito sa mismong function niya or form niya, positive siya. So, whatever is the sign of k, yun na yun as it is. Pero si h, since negative, dun mismo sa form, ibig sabihin, kung ano ang sign ni h, papalitan nyo siya baliktad. So, kung ito ay negative 2, si h natin, magiging equals to positive 2. So, magiging, ang h natin is 2. Ang k natin is negative 1. So, that is our vertex. Axis of symmetry is h. So, that is, axis of symmetry, x is equals to 2. Okay, our y-intercept. So, sa y-intercept, kapag naka-standard form, automatic, si c, yung value ng c o yung constant term, yun na yung y-intercept. But since our given is in vertex form, all we need to do is make all our x equals to 0. So, let us use the function f of x is equals to negative 4 times quantity x minus 2 squared minus 1. So, substitute, make the value of 0 to all the x's. So, that is negative 4 times quantity 0 minus 2 squared minus 1. So, negative 4. Unahin natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis, 0 minus 2 squared minus 1. And then, after the parenthesis, exponent. So, negative 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4 minus 1. And then, we multiply. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16 minus 1. So, our f of 0 or our y is equals to negative 17. So, the x-intercept, coordinates din siya, point din siya. Ang x niya ay 0, ang y niya ay negative 17. So, dyan tatama yung parabola sa y-axis. Okay. Sa x-intercept naman, let us check first if this parabola will touch or will cross or will pass the x-axis. So, check muna natin. Let us use the discriminant b squared minus 4ac. Okay. Ang b natin sa given, do we have a b? Wala. So, standard form muna natin siya. Okay, let us make this vertex form into standard form. So, y is equals to negative 4 times quantity x minus 2 squared minus 1. Okay, so squared the binomial. This becomes x squared minus 4x plus 4, close parenthesis, minus 1. Let us multiply negative 4x squared plus 16x minus 16 minus 1. So, negative 4x squared plus 16x minus 1. So, if you notice, nung nag-standard form tayo ng quadratic function from vertex form, so this is minus 17 pala to. Yung c natin is the same what we got with the y-intercept. Okay, so anyway. So, ang a natin is equals to negative 4. Ang b natin is equals to positive 16. And then, ang c natin is equals to negative 17. So, b squared minus 4ac, we just square our b 16 squared minus 4 times a, which is negative 4. And then, our c, which is negative 17. So, we square 16. 16 times 16 is equals to 256. And then, negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 17 is equals to negative times negative, positive times negative. So, minus 272. So, 256 minus 272 is equals to negative 16. So, since the b squared minus 4ac is a negative number, therefore, there will be no x-intercept. Hindi na natin kailangan i-solve yung roots. Kasi hindi naman, there will be no x-intercept kasi hindi naman magta-touch yung parabola sa x-axis. Okay po? Let's try to graph the same quadratic function. So, kanina, ang ating ang vertex ay nasa 2 and negative 1. So, if we're going to graph that, yung 2 and negative 1, ilagay natin sa pinakagitnang table. So, we're just gonna take 5 points. So, 2 yung x, yung y ay negative 1. Okay? Tapos, papunta sa kanan, increasing 2, 3, 4. Papunta sa left, decreasing 1, 0. And then, we just use the quadratic function. But this time, let us use f of x is equals to negative 4 times quantity x minus 2 squared minus 1. So, lahat ng value ng x, hahanapin natin yung y, gamit yung value ng x. Let us start sa f of 0. I think we solved this kanina. The answer was negative 17. Diba? Diyan yung y-intercept eh. Ito yung solution, no? Diba? Okay? Now, let us try. What if x is equals to 1? So, lahat ng x, gagawin nating 1. So, negative 4 times quantity, imbis na x, ilalagay natin 1 minus 2 squared minus 1. Okay? Negative 4. Solve the operation inside the parenthesis first. 1 minus 2 is negative 1 squared minus 1. So, negative 4. Square the number first. So, negative 1 times 1. Negative 1 is 1. Positive 1. Minus 1. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 minus 1. Sorry. So, negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. So, minus 1 is equals to negative 5. Okay. Now, what if... So, negative 4 minus 1 is equals to negative 5. Lagyan natin dito sa table negative 5. F of 3, again, we just change the given, the x with 3. So, that becomes negative 4 times quantity 3 minus 2 squared minus 1. So, negative 4 times 1 squared minus 1, that is negative 4 times 1 minus 1 is equals to 4 minus 1, negative 4 minus 1, that is equals to negative 5. Okay, so we write negative 5 there. And then last, f of 4. So we just change all the values of x with 4. Negative 4 times quantity 4 minus 2 squared minus 1 is equals to negative 4 times 2 squared minus 1. So negative 4 times 4 minus 1. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16 minus 1 equals to negative 17. So notice that the values from the vertex, okay, so yung vertex yung gitna. So mapapansin nyo kung ano yung nasa kanan is the same nung nasa kaliwa. Again, because a parabola is a symmetrical graph. Ibig sabihin, magka-mirror sila, magkamukha sila. Kung ano yung nasa kanan, parehas nung nasa kaliwa. So let us graph this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's make this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay. So sa 0, x is 0, si y ay negative 17. So 0 si x, hindi siya gagalaw, tapos negative 17 pababa. So negative 17. Sorry, these are negatives. So that is between 16 and 18. Okay? Now, so from center, 1 si x, so going to the right, 1. And then, negative 5 si y, so negative pababa. Negative 5 is between negative 4 and negative 6. Okay? And then the vertex, that is 2 and negative 1. So, positive 2, going to the right, 2 units to the right, and then negative 1. So, negative 1 is right here. And then, si 3 and negative 5. Okay? And then, 4, negative 17. Okay? And then, connect the dots. Sorry. Okay. So, basically, it's like that. So, there you have it. The graph. So, the graph of the quadratic function negative 4 times quantity x minus 2 squared minus 1. So, as you can see, a is negative, which is negative 4. The parabola opens downward. Another example of a quadratic function, y is equals to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So this time, the given quadratic function is in standard form. Okay? So domain, again, this domain is all set of real numbers. So, range natin, ang a ba natin, what is our a ba? A is equals to positive 1. Therefore, if a is positive, ang range natin is y, such that y is greater than or equal to k. Ano ba yung k natin? O, hanapin na muna natin si k. Ang formula ni k is equals to, so k is equals to 4ac minus b squared over 4a. So, ang a natin is 1. Ang b natin is equals to negative 4. Ang c natin is equals to positive 4. Let's just substitute the value. So, 4 times 1 times 4 minus negative 4 squared divided by 4 times 1. So, 4 times 1 times 4 is 16 minus negative 4 squared is positive 16 over 4. So, 16 minus 16 is 0. That's 4. Okay, therefore, 0 divided by 4 is 0. Kaya ang natin is 0. Okay? So, wala tayong makukuhang negative dapat na value ng y. Okay? So, opening of the parabola, since the a is positive, the parabola opens upward. Vertex natin is h and k. May k na tayo, which is 0. Let us now solve for h. Ang formula ng h natin is equals to negative b over 2a. So, that is negative minus 4 over 2 times 1. That is 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So, our h is 2. So, ang vertex natin ay makikita sa 2, 0. Axis of symmetry, that is equivalent to h. So, axis of symmetry, x is equals to 2. Ang y-intercept natin, we don't need to solve because y-intercept is yung c kapag naka-standard form na siya. So, ang y-intercept natin ay 4. So, that is 0 si x, 4 si y. X-intercept, okay? So, let us check if we have an x-intercept. So, b squared minus 4ac. So, negative 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. That is 16 minus 16 equals to 0. So, sabi, kapag si b squared minus 4ac ay equal to 0, meron kang one distinct x-intercept. So, tatama siya isang beses sa x-axis. So, let us find saan yon. So, we can solve this by any forms. Kung gusto nyo quadratic formula or factoring. But let us factor. So, let us make y is equals to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So, gawin natin 0 si y, kasi nga x-intercept. X squared minus 4x plus 4. So, let us solve this by factoring. So, this is x minus 2, x minus 2. So, ibig sabihin, our x is equals to 2, positive 2. Okay. So, sa 2 tayo mag-aano. Therefore, the x-intercept is 2, 0. Okay, so let us try to complete the table and graph the quadratic function. Ang vertex natin kanina is 2, 0. Si x ay 2, si y ay 0. Okay? And then, just write 3, 4 to the right, and then 1 and 0 to the left. Kanina na ano din natin na kapag x ay 0, si y ay, anong y-intercept natin? Ay 4. Okay, so 4 yan. Okay, no need to solve it. So let us solve the other. F of x equals to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So if x is 1, So that becomes 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 4. So this becomes 1 minus 4 plus 4. So that is equals to positive 1. Okay, f of 3. So that becomes 3 squared minus 4 times 3 plus 4. So 9 minus 12 plus 4. So 9 minus 12 is equals to 3, negative 3 plus 4, which is equals, so negative 3 plus 4, which is equals to positive 1. Okay, so ano sa tingin nyo sagot sa dulo? Sa if x is equals to 4. So sa tingin natin, dapat 4 siya kasi dapat parehas dito. So let us see, f of 4 is equals to 4 squared minus 4 times 4 plus 4. So 4 squared ay 16. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. Plus 4. 16 minus 16 is 0. Plus 4 is equals to 4. So tama nga siya, 4. So let us graph. 0. Wait lang. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ang mga y natin are all positive. So lalagyan natin ng number yung pataas. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So 0 and positive 4. 1 and positive 1. 2 and 0. 3 and 1. And then 4 and 4. Okay? Oops. Sorry. Basta dyan dapat yan. Okay? So the parabola opens upward because A is positive. So as you can see, the parabola passes through the y-axis at 0, 4 and it passes through the x-axis in 2, 0. So that's it. I hope you take down your notes in this learning with this learning video, and good luck on answering your modules. Thank you very much.